And we're live, and we are live. Welcome to another edition of Red Cup Rants. I'm your host, Dre, and I got three-fourths of my squad here. I got Bad Mike, my partner, and we also got the homie Big Phil. Big Phil is here. He's here.
Yeah, for
Man,
once,
what's going on, man? Long time
I'm
no
here
see.
for once. Yeah,
Your chair was getting kind of dusty, man. I was tired of cleaning it, man. It's getting kind of dusty.
you know, been out here doing productive stuff. I almost slipped up,
Not
said
the,
the wrong thing on the air.
right, exactly. You weren't doing no
I,
VA. You weren't doing no
I'm just,
VA.
yeah, I'm doing productive stuff. I'll just say that. I'll just say that it's productive.
For sure, man. But we're here, we're live, and this is gonna be a special night. If y'all haven't been in our network, we had a very eventful day today. So that's the reason why that phone number is scrolling across our line because I'm waiting on a certain someone to chime in and
Maggie, what's good, Maggie?
somebody say he want the smoke. Somebody said he want the smoke, so I'm gonna go ahead and shoot him the number and the pin. So if he wants to jump on, I sent him the invitation a couple times. So this show is gonna go normal, but it might just go off the rails if he calls in. So, but with that being said, we're about to. I hope everybody. I appreciate everybody listening to us. I got my brothers with me. You know, Dex is still doing his thing, trying to get his personal life together. But he did say he will be back next week. So there's a possibility you might see 4 or 5 of us next week.
It's not a possibility. It's not a possibility. I will be back next week as well.
And he will be back next week, and
yes,
Dex will be here next week, and Mike and Mike will be here, and hopefully Matt shows up, so it could be 5. So it'll be a 5-way elimination chamber match, something like that. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, I'm gonna let my I know Phil spoke, but I'm gonna let Mike kind of say what he wants to say, get his words in, while I go ahead and send old boy this message so he can jump in if he wants to.
Don't respond. Don't do it.
Hey,
I already said I'm gonna send. I got the phone line jumping.
Hey, bro, if you watching, don't do it. Please don't.
Man,
I had a really eventful day. I am not looking for it to be even more eventful. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
I'm already sending him the number right now. So if he wants to jump in and state his case, coming to the Lions Den with us, he's more than welcome to.
Don't embarrass yourself like that. Please don't embarrass yourself. Especially you talking about Draymond Green. We're talking about Draymond Green now. Come on. I thought you was actually arguing with somebody that was worthy of the talk. You're talking about Draymond. Like, Draymond? That's what we're doing? Irrelevant people? Right. I don't get it. I thought you was arguing with something. I'm waking up after a good sleep. I thought I got good rest for the first time in God knows how long. I finally got some good rest, and then I wake up and Dre looked down at everybody. Just going absolutely.
I know.
I just look at
it's not everybody. It wasn't everybody. I didn't have nothing to do with that. My hand is cleaning out when I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Well,
y'all some bullies. That's what it comes down to.
I look at it like I don't care about his opinions. I don't care about his eccentric rants that he goes on. But when you disrespect the people and the group that we work so hard for, it's a whole nother level after that. So I'm bringing all the smoke, the whole smoke, all that smoke. And like Brian said, what Brian say? He gonna come get this work again. He gonna come get this work. So,
and then y'all got Brian in on this shit. Like, come on, man. Y'all, wow.
It was me, Brian.
Hey, y'all some bullies, dog.
Yeah, I mean, even
y'all some bullies, dog. Y'all some bullies.
Nah, we ain't no bullies, man.
I wasn't a bully.
Take the glasses off on you and tell y'all some damn bullies.
Hey man. He just want, hey Phil. He just wanted some skippity pass. That's all. He just wanted some skippity pass.
Nah.
Wait a minute. I heard a ding.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Oh shit.
Let me see. I think somebody called in. Let me hold on. Hello, you on the air? Who's this?
What's going on? This big Hen, man.
What up, Hen? Hey, can everybody hear? Can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear?
Yes.
I can.
Yeah, it's my dog Hen, man. What up, Hen? What's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
What's happening,
Well,
man?
I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on, but I was sleeping. That phone kept going bing, 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 bing. I said, what the hell is going on?
Yes, sir.
Bro, look. I ain't even get involved in it. I just let y'all handle it.
Man, look, let me tell you something, man. Look, when you know you work so hard to bring something to the forefront, it's something that you're passionate about and that you love, you're gonna defend it. So I didn't even care about him making them asinine comments about Draymond Green and comparing him to Charles Barkley and him talking down on Charles Barkley. I didn't care about that. But when he talked about that, he was the end all be all of the group. That's when I had the whole pause. I was like, bro, come on, man. You're not the end all be all of the group. Like people come in, they'll say what they want to say, and then people want to comment. That's cool. We give everybody that safe space. For you to say that, and then when you got your Abdullah Oblongata punched on, then you want to get mad. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I mean, it's and then the crazy part about it was he started blocking folks. Like, come on, man. And I told him, I said, yo, and then the crazy thing about it was is that I let it go. I let it go after that. I let it go. I didn't say nothing about it. Then he inboxed me talking about, oh, you're not a leader, you're a follower, blah, blah, blah. I was like, hey man, just come on the show. Say what you got. Say what you gotta say. Say what you gotta say on the show. I'll give you the floor. Now, I'm not gonna be responsible for what happens after you say what you're gonna say, but you're more than welcome to have the floor. I'm just doubtful that you're gonna leave the same way you came in. So just the lines there, like, I mean, Mike and even Phil, even though he wasn't in it, Phil is very opinionated.
Why you calling my name? I need to know. I ain't got nothing to do with that there.
And he better be lucky.
Nothing.
He better be lucky. Them other
I don't have nothing to do about that.
X and Matt went there because it would have been like NWO jumping on the jobber. I'm trying to tell you, the NWO style, like for real. So I mean, So
look, man, I got two subjects for y'all to talk about. I don't know if y'all talk about anything today. My thing is, so what y'all think about LeBron them the Lakers weekend? They started off Friday, knocking off the Bucks. Then Sunday, knocking off the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I mean, I've been watching the whole season all season.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know the way everybody been talking about how Giannis got the MVP on rock. I was gained the whole year anyway.
Okay.
That's one point. And then my second point is, what do y'all think about everybody, talking about canceling might be like March Madness and all that with the spread of the disease and all that. What's y'all point on that, man?
Okay, well, we're going to talk about that, but we're not going to talk about it right now because we have a schedule.
Okay, that's what I was calling for, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We'll talk about that, but right now we're going to jump on one thing because I know my executive producers give me this stink face right now because I don't want to jump out of line. But we're definitely going to talk about that, so stay tuned in to that, and we're definitely going to get on that because I do have a lot of things to say, and I'm pretty sure Mike has a lot of things to say. Phil, I'm sure Phil probably has some things to say. So, but we'll definitely get on that.
Mr. Mrs.
All right, man. Y'all be easy, man.
All right, bro. We'll get on that. So, all right. Well, that being said, I got my executive producers dancing in the background. So we're gonna talk about this UFC matchup. Honestly, I don't really have anything to say about it. I think the main event was very underwhelming. I think the best match of the night was the women's match. They pretty much gave it 4,000%. They was in there like it was their last like gladiator style. Like whoever lost that fight was probably going to get the electric chair. That's probably the best fight I saw. The main event didn't really sit well with me because I want to see some action. I don't know if they had an agreement to piss the fans off for that fight. What did you guys think? I mean, I kind of snoozed through the last fight. I did watch the women's fight, but I didn't really watch the main event. So, what do you guys think about it? Exactly. Phil said exactly.
Hey, I'm just going to say this. I'll say this. UFC better pray that Conor comes back strong. They better pray that John Jones never loses, because that shit was like it's just only for hardcore fans. That type of pay-per-view was only for hardcore fans. Outside of J-Check, that's pretty much all. Like outside of the women's fight, it was a snooze. Adesanya, he's okay. I think he's there as far as his skill set is concerned. But I'm not really taking. He's not a draw for me. It's like I'm tuning in every Monday night to see Dolph Ziggler. Like, what the fuck am I?
Oh shit!
He's not a draw for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it comes down to. You gotta sell these tickets, bro. Nobody cares about technical wrestling. You guys know that as wrestling. You know that. Nobody cares about technical wrestling. Nobody cares about technical. Nobody wants to see, 5 rounds. Everybody wants to see what sells tickets. We're talking about guys that are, they just. When you look at John Jones, I'm just gonna say. Hey man, look.
Like I said, I don't know, man. Honestly,
I'm just saying. Look. You guys are hardcore fans. I'll let it be known. I'm not a hardcore fan.
I'm not a hardcore.
I mean, neither am I.
Like I said,
neither am I. So
I'm not a hardcore UFC fan. Like I said, the guy I watch is mostly John Jones. Most of the guys that I do watch are pretty much not fighting anymore. I mean, Duke hypes up Khabib, but I only seen him fight once. Woodley is not fighting anymore. I watched Stylebender because of the hype surrounding him, and I don't really watch nobody else. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't even know who was in the women's fight, even though it was a great fight. I don't even know who was in that fight. Like seriously, I didn't. So,
I mean,
I don't know who was in the fight, but when it all comes, like I said, I think that's what's wrong with UFC right now. Is that as much as Khabib is as great as he is as a all around fighter, just I don't want to see him. He bores me. It's like I said, it really is just that simple. UFC is. I would never disrespect the fighters and their skill set, but when it comes down to selling the product, and this is the same thing that the XFL is dealing with, they don't have people who can sell the product right now. And I know I'm going to get so much hate from hardcore UFC fighters for saying this, but it really is that simple. Yeah. I don't want to see I don't want to see J-Check. I don't want to see Romero and all this. I don't want to see them. I want to see Conor talk his shit. I want to see John Jones talk his shit. I want to see him do things that people can't do. That's what I want to see when I tune into UFC. I don't want to see Khabib talk whatever the hell he's saying. All right, Russian, whatever the fuck he's saying. I don't understand what the fuck he's saying half the time. So how the hell am I supposed to get into that? So it's really that simple, man. Never disrespect these guys in their skill set. But when I sit my ass down in front of the TV, I want to see a guy that I can understand. I want to see a guy that can entertain me. And that's just simple as that, bro.
I mean, that's understandable. I'm not a hardcore UFC fan myself, so I really wasn't that much interested or intrigued about what was going on. However, I must say with the women's fight, it was spectacular. I will give them that.
Yeah.
It was real spectacular.
That was a real good fight.
And as petty and childish as I am, once I saw the match and saw how swollen she was, she reminded me from Roger from American Dad. So I automatically, started laughing.
Hey, look, somebody
I automatically started laughing.
Somebody said on Twitter she looked like Joe Buck with big forehead. She looked like Joe Buck, man.
Yo, like those were knots. Like you got touched.
That was bad. They was swinging for the fence, man. That's what I saw. That's what I should have saw from the last fight. You know what I'm saying? Like the last fight was very underwhelming compared to that. So, I mean, I don't really see anything else to really talk about because the card was very disappointing to me because that was the only good fight was the women's fight.
The main event was ass. I'm just gonna say it.
It really was. I don't know, and I don't know what Romero was doing. I don't know what he was doing or what he was like. I mean,
that was
what exactly was he doing? Like,
I don't know. He just, first of all, it just looked like he was just underwhelmed himself. He looked, it just looked sluggish. He didn't even look like he was conditioned well for the fight. Dare I say, even if he was conditioned, I don't know if he would have beaten Adesanya. I think Adesanya is just a different type of talent that the it factor we always talk about, and he has it, and that's something you can't teach. So he is entertaining to a degree. I don't think he's like main event ish, but I can see him coming up second toward the main event. He can be that guy, but there's really nobody really that can challenge him right now. I mean, if you want to say, unless Jones decides to drop or gain whatever he needs for that fight to happen, I mean, there's really no other person out there other than Jones that can give him a run. So he's really going to blow through that division quite easily. And then I think down the line you probably will see him versus Jones, but he's gonna run through that division. I don't see anybody else that really stacks up to him in that division, so he's gonna run with that division.
All right. So, I mean, like I said, and then we already talked about the controversy that happened with John Jones losing that fight. In my opinion, I thought he lost that fight. So, I mean, right now. I think UFC's in that low right now. I think they're in that low right now where, they're just kind of throwing fights out there right now to keep the people engaged. And boxing
never works.
Go ahead, Phil.
That never works though. Just throwing something there just to please people. You see, that just doesn't work. Dare I say, when you have a fight like that, at some point, somebody has to have some type of chemistry with somebody. It is at some point. That's what it is to me, because clearly they've never been engaged in anything. First of all, I knew it was going to be boring because neither one of them talk trash to each other at all. You're dapping up, right. You're happy. I'm like, okay, y'all really don't have any issues. If you want to turn this into something, it has to be some type of controversy when it comes to UFC. It's got to be something. It's got to be something, and it was nothing there. So I was like, okay, this is gonna just be another match that match could have been at the prelims. Like you didn't even need to put that on the main card. You could have had that playing on Fox or whatever TV show you want to put it on, but it wasn't main event quality. A lot of fans were pissed, and I really understand where they're coming from. It wasn't exciting. There was nothing to look forward to. You already knew the outcome before the match even began. So if I'm going to have a match like that on the card, it's just really wasting fans' time. And at the end of the day, if I'm going to put a match like that on the card, you going first. So if you don't set the tone, be good. And if you do set the tone, be good. So that was a match that could have went first, honestly. It wasn't main event quality at all.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was just like, it was a cat and mouse game that I didn't really want to watch. I wanted to watch, like, everybody talks about the style bender and how great of a fighter he is. He didn't really. It's like Max said. He was just happy kicking the shit out of his leg. That's what he did. That's all he did. He kicked shit out his leg. That's all he did.
And see, one of the
I mean,
things,
that's all you
that I
saw. It was
always
just
think,
leg. That's all he did. Just kick, leg.
one thing
That's
you
all I
have
kept
to
saying. Leg.
leg. I'm just gonna hit the leg, hit the leg,
But
and
you know
that's
what?
all.
In all aspect, Yoel didn't really do anything either. I don't know. I don't know what the hell he was doing. He was just like he was. It just like he was happy to be here. He didn't really want to fight. That's how it looked like to me. Like he didn't really want to do anything. Like you're in there for a world title, and you're giving a half-ass effort. Like even though Deontay Wilder got his ass whooped, at least he gave more effort than what you did. You know, so I mean, I don't know if he was scared. And then a lot of people said that he wasn't. He wasn't.
I'm sorry.
He was.
Oh, that
He
wild.
wasn't.
That wild.
He wasn't the.
No.
He wasn't the guy to get picked. He wasn't the guy to get picked.
You really brought that up.
But he wasn't the guy. He wasn't the guy that supposedly was the challenger. He was a last-minute throw-in because the original guy got hurt. Come on, man, show some effort. Man, he was in there. He was in there doing the Macarena and the shoulder lean and all that stuff. I'm like, bro, you ain't supposed to be fighting. Why you in there? Like for real, like seriously, like. I mean,
I always say, man, that you have to go into a fight. This is a fight, all right? Regardless of everybody say this is a sport, no, this is a fucking fight. When you boxing, this is a fight. When you going against your opponent, this is a fight. You're trying to hurt him. You're trying to embarrass him. And if you're not going in with that attitude, what the fuck are we really doing? This is just all about money. And honestly, that's what I thought that these guys. A lot of these guys are not hungry. You can see it in the UFC. A lot of these guys they want to fight. They want to make money. Because a guy that is hungry, he's going to make sure that he finds something. A guy that wants to fight, a guy who wants to be great, they're going to find something to pick at. Oh, you said this is about me. Oh, you talk about my number. You talk about this. Oh, they're going to make sure they take that into that fight so they can punish you for something. That's what Mike Tyson is. What Ali, all the great fighters did. Habib, he did the same thing to Conor. You got to go into a fight with something. And this is what's missing with the UFC. They do a terrible job of promoting not only the fighters, but the fighters are doing a horrible job of selling themselves. And then you can't just put all this on Dana. This goes to the fighter. You got to sell yourself. Sell yourself. What the hell are you great at? If you're a knockout artist, guess what? Say what Wilder said. I'm gonna knock your ass out. If you Habib, if you're on the ground, if you this is what you do, this is what you talk your shit. Talk your shit. I
think that's why, as much as I was puzzled by it, when dude laid the belt down in front of Khabib and he kicked it off the stage, I kind of like that. That was kind of cool.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I mean,
talk your shit.
That's the kind of controversy that you want, but on the other hand, like, why would you put your belt on the fucking ground like that? Like, you had to,
know. The dude's not all there, and he loves controversy.
Clearly, he's not all there because I'm not putting my belt on the ground for anything.
What I was told from guys that like Duke and people, I think even Matt said he's not all there. Dude that he's fighting is not.
He was asking for that.
Yeah, so I mean, if you want to put your belt down there, more than likely you're not responsible for what happened. So when he kicked it off the stage, I was just like, well, he kind of asked for it. So I mean,
yeah, you asked for that because like there's no reason for you to put. This is not WWE where you can just lay the belt cross and just tell them to step over it if you want. Like nobody. Like I mean, I would have kicked it off the stage too. Like man. Matter of fact, I'd have picked your belt up and slung it into the crowd, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I would have did worse than that.
I mean, let you go out in the crowd and find your belt. You put it on the ground. For me, when a champion does that, that's...
Even Matt said himself, he said he's like a 90 brick shy of a load. So, I mean...
honestly, though, but... When you put your belt on the ground like that, to me, when you're a champion, Especially in the UFC, WWE and AEW.
You know what the
That's
funny
one
thing
thing.
about this, Phil?
That's just
He's
like
not
total
even the
disrespect,
champ.
though.
He's the intern champ. He's not even the champ. Khabib is the champ. He's just the intern.
And you intern, man.
He's the intern. Yeah, right. So, I mean, he's like the dude. Who was the dude that fought the MAGA supporter? Covington. Covington just had a fake belt. That was a fake belt. That's what it was a fake belt.
So not only are you an intern champion, you got your intern belt kicked off the stage. That ain't looking good, Chief. That ain't looking good, Chief. That's not looking good, Chief. I mean,
they
I'm telling you.
They already said that Khabib is the favorite to win. So I'm kind of intrigued, but I'm like Mike. He doesn't really bring anything out of me. But you know what? I think he's just one of the throwback fighters that he doesn't really have an appeal like a Conor McGregor or a Nate Diaz or a Rampage. He's just one of them throwback fighters that's like, you know what? I'm just gonna come in and kick your ass. And right now he's coming in and kicking ass.
And that's why they have what they have. Preliminaries, mid card, and main event. That's exactly what that's why they have those. Yep. But for you to be an intern champion, I mean, I understand you're trying to make a little noise. Okay, I have the belt. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to stir up something. But to put your belt on the ground and then have someone you already disrespected the title.
You already know.
And then you have somebody come kick it off the stage. If that doesn't hype you up, I mean, at this point, you just embarrassed me. You did all that. I'm coming. I'm beating your ass. I'm beating your ass come this fight. Like anything.
He dared him. He dared him.
Anything.
Somebody and you don't do anything about it.
Anything less than a W, he is a failure. Like, you better put him on his ass. And I'm not talking about no split decision, no unanimous decision. You better knock him the hell out. That was blatant disrespect.
Yeah, he better give him the skibbity paps. Give him skibbity paps.
That's if he can do that. I mean, because he looked kind of.
I don't know. Khabib, like I said, even though Khabib doesn't appeal to me as a fighter, the dude can fight. I see what he did to McGregor. So I see what he can do to McGregor. And Matt said that he's the #1 contender, which I give him that. He was stripped of the belt. I give him that. But now but we all know Khabib is the champion because he beat McGregor, who was the rightful champ. And now he just carries it around and pretends. But still, I don't care if you're the #1 contender or you were stripped of the belt. When you bring a belt on stage, if somebody kicks your belt off the stage, you deserve the skibbity paps. I would have gave you skibbity paps. It's right there. You kick the belt off the stage.
Like, there's no reason whatsoever for you to have put that belt on the stage. I don't give a damn who you are. Well, that was dumb. Like, how dumb can you be?
Well, it's like Matt said. He's one fry short of a Happy Meal. So he's
one fry.
Not all that.
One.
a couple fries. But with that being said, we're gonna move on to the next subject. LD, what's the next subject? Whew. Well, I'm sure if Marshawn Lynch was still playing, he'll be happy about this one. Closing doors to the media. I'm sure James Dolan will be happy as well because he doesn't like the media. But I guess with this whole virus going on, this coronavirus is going on, this mass hysteria.
Another fancy damn name for the damn flu.
Right. So that's what it is. It's mass hysteria. And
that's what it is.
That's pretty much it is. It's mass hysteria. Sean, he hasn't hit me back yet, so we're still waiting. So he hasn't given me a time yet. I'm still waiting.
Man, that clown, man, come on.
But with that being said, what do you guys think about this? I know, me personally, I think it's just all a bunch of hoopla. I really think that the flu is more deadly than the coronavirus to me personally. But I know that the health and the safety of the players are paramount because, those are the guys that get, that make sure that you get the money that you get. And then eventually the rumor has it that they're going to start playing games where there's nobody there. They won't have nobody coming to the arena. They'll be playing in front of empty stadiums and stuff like that. Do you think it's mass hysteria, or you think it's warranted, or you think it's just a bunch of hoopla?
Oh my God. Safety is one
But
thing.
honestly, I think it's a bunch of hoopla to me. That's just my opinion.
I mean, I'm all for the safety of players and fans. I'm all for that. But let's be real. Who the hell is going to tune in and watch an empty stadium game?
Right.
This ain't halftime heat in WWE where the whole arena was empty and we will watch. That's not what that is. Your what? That's a high school JV B team practice, basically. No one's there, and you're just playing the game. Like, that is asinine. That is fucking retarded. Well, excuse me, I can't say that word. I don't say that word. I don't want to offend anyone, so I apologize for that.
Oh, don't say it because
kind of,
you end up like me.
yeah. It's just it's stupid. Like, come on, no one's gonna tune in and watch that. For me, sometimes watching the games, the fans actually get me hyped to watch the game. Sometimes I'm not interested until like something goes crazy and the fans are just going bonkers at that point. So to have an empty stadium game, come on, man, come on, Chief. It's got to be another way. It's got to be another way. But I do understand the safety that you want to make all the necessary adjustments, everything that you can do. The precautions are there for that not to happen. But I'm not about to watch an empty stadium game. That's just not what it is.
Mm-hmm. And you know the funny thing about it is, you know what the funny thing about it, you know what it reminds me of? You remember that scene in Space Jam where they closed the forum and nobody wanted to play, the players didn't want to play or nothing like that. This is what it reminds me of. Like, the dude came out and said there'll be no more basketball. Like, this is what it reminds me of. It's like real life Space Jam right now. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, the virus is supposedly, is dangerous. I get that, but I mean, can you imagine that the NBA Finals, if it spreads like it's supposed to, do you imagine the NBA Finals getting played in front of an empty crowd? NBA will lose their mind. They will. They will definitely lose their mind.
Look, I'm just gonna say this, man. If people that took the time out just to research what coronavirus is, they wouldn't be so nervous about it. Just all you have to do is learn how to read. Just read, people. Educate yourselves. Don't look at the news because news is designed to cause hysteria. Read. Read. I didn't say smoke weed. I said read. Okay? It's that simple.
Well, just let you know
Can't
this
be
now.
afraid of something. People, it's all about knowledge, man. People perish for the lack of knowledge, man. And we panic because of the lack of knowledge. As long as you know, you'll be good. But like I'm with Phil, I'm good with each organization, each league, protecting their players and whatnot. And I understand it. I'm with it. But at the same time, it's like, come on, people, like just wash your damn hands, take baths, and read, and you should be okay.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, but like I said, it's all about precaution. We don't know how long it's gonna last, but we also know that we've been through this before with about 6 other diseases or viruses.
Man, it'll probably be the chicken pox disease.
Okay,
the Ebola virus,
like everything, but it was around this time. Everything was around that time. Bird flu. Then you had the Zika virus. Then you had Ebola. Now you got coronavirus. Then I remember it was H1N1. Like, it was all around this time. Like,
I wonder why that is.
You heard about it for the first like month or two, maybe 3 months, and all of a sudden it just disappears. Like, like you don't hear anything else about it.
Just goes out the ordinary. Nobody knows about it, and everything back to status quo. But we'll see. I mean, it's like like you said, it's like I mean, this is true. Like I believe the flu is more dangerous than coronavirus. So that lets me further know. Like, I mean, I understand. I understand that people are taking precautions because some people don't know how to personal hygiene. Like I went into Walmart today and trying to get some toilet paper, and there was no toilet paper there. So I mean, that lets you know how the mass hysteria is working right now.
Okay, time out. The flu, coronavirus. It's like, to me, it's just like I said, a fancy name for the flu. What the hell toilet paper got to do with anything?
I don't know, but I tell
Why
you
is
what,
you buying up all the tissue?
I went into Walmart today.
Like, how many asses are in your household that you need all the damn tissue in the world?
All I know is
Like,
that when I went into Walmart today and I was going to get some toilet paper,
there was no tissue, no alcohol,
no
anything.
There was not one sheet of toilet paper there.
not one
No
plot?
alcohol, no Lysol, no
not
anything.
even a roll, hand sanitizer gone, not even a roll, nothing.
Okay, hand sanitizer, yeah, I can see that.
Paper towels. I'm gonna have to use paper towels until we get toilet paper.
Ooh, no, you better off getting some wipes, some baby wipes, but there no paper towels.
No, there was no wipes either. There was nothing. Hand sanitizer gone, soap gone, all that shit. Everything gone, bro.
You short, Chief?
That's why I said I'm gonna use. That's
Chief?
why I got some toilet paper. That's why I got some paper towels. Fuck it, I'm gonna use some paper towels, man. That's it. That's all I'm gonna use, man, because it's crazy. Like it's mass hysteria right now, and yeah, Dex, I do buy sandpaper paper towels, but guess what? All the sandpaper toilet paper's gone too. So I mean,
everything is gone right now.
Everything's gone right now, like mass hysteria right now, like, and it kind of bothers me a little bit because that lets me know that people weren't washing themselves or wiping their ass or washing their hands, and that just lets me further know. That just let me further know that people wasn't taking care of themselves, personal hygiene wise. So, but yeah, nasty. But with that being said, I understand why he's doing that. The NFL's like, fuck it, we're gonna do what we do. I mean, this is the same sports entity that had what's that mononucleus in the fucking locker room. The team almost got infected by it, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. So but we'll see. But with that being said, we're gonna move on to our next subject, LD. Josh Norman signed a 1-year deal with Bills. I mean, it might work. I mean, it might work. I mean, he's looking back up with his old defensive coordinator in Carolina with Sean McDermott. So he doesn't have to be the man because they got Trey White there. But I don't know if he's the same player that he was in Carolina. I think he's the same player in Washington getting burnt all the time.
If you burn toast, but then you scrape it off, is it still not burnt? Right. Exactly.
But Phil, let me ask you a question. If you scrape off the burnt part and there's still some burnt part there, then what?
It's still burnt. It's still burnt. Like, there's no way around that one. There's no way around that one. It's still burnt. Like you got torched. Like, come on, man. You get. It's not regular torch. Like you getting torched against people that I hadn't even heard of as being receivers. Like, come on, Chief.
I mean, personally to you guys, let me ask y'all a question. Be honest here, but you can be petty too. Can Josh Norman be at least half the cornerback he was coming out of Carolina with a guy like Trey White on the other side? That's the lockdown guy, who's the number one cornerback. Can he at least be half the cornerback he was before he went to Washington?
I mean, the biggest
especially Tom Brady decides to stay.
The biggest threat in the NFC East is Amari Cooper, and you couldn't guard him. And Amari Cooper is blazing, speed receiver. He's a very good. He has enough speed, but it's not like he's a Julio. It's not like he's Odell with this. You know, these guys with crazy athleticism, and he couldn't hold those guys. So you think you gonna go to the NFC, AFC East?
It's AFC East.
AFC East and magically,
No.
yeah.
No. I'm sorry.
Let's
I'm not saying that he couldn't help. I'm not saying that, but you went from a big contract to just $6 million.
$6 million.
Kind of says what you did throughout your tenure. Getting that contract. I wouldn't say earned, but I mean getting that contract. Again, the analogy. Burnt toast. Like if you burn toast and you scrape it off, it's still burnt. So if you came in shit and you sign a contract and you go to another team, have no other alternative to think that you're going to be shit. So I mean, it's just,
that's all.
A coach is not just going to change the fact that you got burnt. A coach can't run and stop a receiver. He can make up some plays.
He's with his old defensive coordinator, who's the head coach of Buffalo. Maybe that'll help.
I don't care I don't care where you go. You have the moniker of being burnt. That is your title. You're the king of getting burnt. Like it's no other way around it. And it's not like you got burnt by big name receivers that just flat out wow you. Just wow. It's not like it was a Julio Jones. It's not like it was who else I can name? Odell Beckham. Mike. It wasn't like Michael Thomas. It wasn't those guys.
DeAndre Hopkins.
It was guys I had never heard of. I didn't think existed. I didn't even think anyone gave birth to them. You got burned by those type of guys.
Well, damn.
I
remember what's his name, and I know LaDonna probably gonna cuss me out when I say this, but I remember when Gallup burnt them a couple times when they played the Cowboys. Like it wasn't Cooper, it was Gallup that was killing them. So
and all
I see her clapping in the background, so that means. But I remember Gallup killing him. I was like, who is this guy? Like, he's not Cooper, but he's killing Norman. That let me further know. Like, I mean, I didn't know who Gallup was, but he made a name for himself off of Norman.
He had him on skates the whole entire game.
Right.
Like, he didn't know what to do, and I'm just like, hey, bro. At this point, me giving you this money, I realize it's a mistake, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you ride this contract out. But don't expect another one. Like, don't expect another one. Don't think you coming back to this organization.
And the funny thing about it is that didn't he get benched during the season too as well? He got benched. He got benched.
You get benched first of Washington. You got a problem.
Yeah, he got
first
benched.
of all, you making all this money. We're not benching you. I'm not benching you. I understand you playing bad. You're just gonna have to continue to play bad, but I'm not gonna bench you. You're gonna show me something. If I've invested all this money into you, I'm not putting you on the bench. You better do something.
Right. But yeah, Joe B, I know Gallup was legit though, but at that point I didn't know what his name was because it was Hold
on. He ain't about to get away with saying Michael Gallup legit. Legit what?
Lord, don't get LaDonna on here because you know LaDonna will come on here and jump on here by Cowboys. Anyway,
you really talking about Michael Gallup like he's at least got 1,000 yards this season? I'm saying this is his second year and he's doing his thing. What did Calvin Ridley do?
Look at Calvin Ridley numbers.
I'm just saying. You talking about a second year player that did his thing. With no injury.
The only thing I said about Gallup.
Don't play with me. Back to my. I know, Dre. This wasn't for you. This was for him.
I don't care about your feelings and your Cowboys. I don't care about your feelings and your Cowboys. Calvin really is better than Michael Gallup. That's all I got to say about it.
I never said he wasn't better. I just said, what has he done lately?
Anyway, back to what we were talking about. The guy.
Get out of here with Michael Gallup, man. Get out of here.
You know what? This is
Michael
all I'm saying
Gallup.
about Gallup. This is all I'm saying about Gallup.
He's
I didn't know who he was until.
That's what he does. He runs go routes. That's his job. He does a great job at running go routes.
No, I mean, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying?
Taylor Gabriel does that. Taylor Gabriel can do that. Shit.
Yeah, I understand. Me personally, I didn't know who he was until he made Josh Norman.
Oh, wow. Now Dre want to say something. Now you want to say something. What the hell? Come on.
No. The only thing I said was that he made Josh Norman look like a rookie, pretty much.
Oh,
really
yeah,
did.
because Josh Norman is trash. Yeah, he's trash.
That's all they want to say. So I'm confident that him going back to a familiar scheme where he doesn't have, because he wasn't the man in Carolina. I mean, yeah, he was just supposedly a shutdown cornerback, but we all know Carolina had.
He didn't even shut down. He had one game, and we're gonna say this. I gotta say this. The only reason why he got that contract is because Julio and Matt Ryan had an off game, and Julio had a game where he had like 4 catches for like 30 yards, and that's because the offensive line couldn't block for him, and that's the reason why he ended up getting that contract. If it wasn't for that bad game for Julio Jones, he would have never gotten paid. Period. Sometimes players are victim. I mean, I don't want to say victim of circumstance. Depending on how you look at it, but sometimes
that's what it was.
Hey, that's what it was. It was just circumstance, man. He just.
You know who Michael Gallup reminds me of? He reminds me of Alvin Harper. Alvin Harper was playing with the Cowboys. That's who he reminds me of. Because everybody knows.
Alvin Harper had a little bit more skill, though. Alvin Harper had a little bit more skill.
Was, but like Joe B said, Gallup was a number. Gallup was a solid number 2 receiver, which I agree with. That's what Alvin Harper was.
He was a solid, yes.
I think that Gallup was to go to another team. He doesn't have the capability.
Oh, you'll never hear that motherfucking name again. You'll never hear his name again.
Just like Alvin Harper when he went to Tampa Bay, he totally flamed out, and he was trash when he was the number 1 guy. That's what Gallup reminds me of. Everybody knows that Amari Cooper is the guy. He's the number 1 guy. So that's who Gallup reminds me of. But with that being said, just to see that when he embarrassed Josh Norman, I don't know what game they played. When he embarrassed Josh Norman, that pretty much was the writing on the wall. I don't think Josh Norman played anymore after that. I think he had like 2 or 3 touchdowns on him. I forget the game, but I don't think he played no more after that. So that's where I was getting. So
he did
maybe
he does his job. I can say that about Gallup.
Maybe
he does exactly what he's asked to do.
Maybe him going back to his old defensive coordinator, who's the head coach of Buffalo. Maybe that'll help. But then again, like
how old is he?
I think he's 29, 30 years old. I think he's 29.
Yeah,
30.
He done.
So it's like Phil said, you keep scraping off the toast and there's more blackness, then guess what? It's still toast.
It's still burnt, bro. Like
still burnt.
It's still burnt. Like,
right?
But that was interesting though. My producer got on, and she's a Cowboys fan, so she had to defend her boys. But with that being said, we're gonna move on to the next subject. What's the next one? Deleted. Yeah. NFL teams propose 7 rule changes. I pulled it up. On my.
Here we go.
On my phone. And I want to get your thoughts on it.
I can't see this shit. I've been doing nothing absolutely.
Well, they want to modify the blindside block. They want to make permanent the expansion of automatic replay reviews to include scoring plays and turnovers. Basically, what they're doing, they want to provide an alternative to the onside kick, which is basically what they're seeing from the XFL. They want to restore preseason and regular season overtime to 15 minutes and implement rules to minimize the impact of an OT coin toss. Basically, sudden death. They want to provide the option for the defense for the game clock to start on a referee signal if the defense declines the offensive penalty that occurs on either half. So basically, that the Miami Dolphins are opting for a free play if they get the ball back on the defensive play. So I can't read what the Ravens and the Chargers said, but I'm pretty sure it's other stuff right there. But honestly, right now, I don't think it really matters right now because with the way the players are talking about the CBA, it's not gonna matter what rules get changed. Because the players are already talking about. I think they have a deadline to vote on the new CBA that's coming out, and I'm hearing that a lot of players are like resoundingly saying no.
Well, let me clear this up because this is what's happening. You got the older generation of players like Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, and these guys. They don't like this deal. They don't like it whatsoever. County, those guys, they absolutely despise this deal, and they've already gotten paid, so they want more money. But you have a new generation of football players that want this deal done. They want it done because they want to get paid, and that's the conflict right now. That you have the players, the younger players, because it's right now the issue is really two things. It's marijuana, the use of marijuana, cannabis and marijuana, and the 18 games. And those are the two things that they can't come to. Like the players are torn between because again, you have the older players and Drew Brees and these guys. They've already got their money. And that's why you see today. I posted that in the group today, where you have the Falcons. Alex Mack has been renamed. He's named the treasurer of the Players Association, and it's already the divide between the players already there. It's the players that's fighting amongst the players, and it's the old players against the younger players. Younger players just want their money. The old players just want to get more money. So it's really up to those guys, man. I think it'll get done, but I think again, man. I just think it's something. They're gonna have to give up something, and the older players are gonna have to give up. But the young players, they want to play football because they're 24, they're 23, they're 22. These guys want to play football. They don't want to have a lockout. Drew Brees, he will love a lockout, but guess what? He get another year to just sit on his ass and do nothing. Aaron Rodgers, cool. They won championships already. Matt Ryan hasn't won a championship. No, Winston, all these guys haven't won championships. They want to play. So the guys who are really fighting this are guys who already won championships. Mm-hmm. And that's the divide. That's the divide against the players, man.
Yeah, and I mean that's true, and I agree with that. But at the same time, you know me, I'm all about the pro players. So this is kind of a double-edged sword right now because you got Rodgers and those guys; they're already being paid, but they also want like permanent health care once they leave the game, which the NFL doesn't have. Which is why I think that's why the NBA and even baseball they're running circles around the NFL because whatever their players play, they have a pension. I don't think the NFL has a pension or lifetime health care. Correct me if I'm wrong. If anybody's out there that knows that, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think they have lifetime health care like the NBA or the MLB, so they're fighting for that.
They have, but it's not like the NBA.
Yeah, the NBA has like full coverage. Like once you leave the game, we'll take care of you until you're a lifetime member with it. Whereas the NFL is like, all right, we'll take care of you for a couple months and then you figure it out on your own. So. Even the MLB, as much as they had their controversies and stuff, I think they have healthcare as well. So I think it's more like with the older players, the younger players, they want to get paid. You're right. Absolutely right. They want to get paid. They're looking for stability because they don't make millions of dollars like the superstars do. So they want their checks. The older players want what's after the game. After hiking their last ball, throwing their last touchdown, winning their last Super Bowl, they don't want to end up like a Junior Seau who basically killed himself.
They don't want to pay them damn taxes. Let's just be honest. They don't want to pay them damn taxes after the game. After they're done, they don't want to pay them damn taxes.
And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And Brian just brought it up. So yeah, he has pension but no lifetime health care. In the baseball and basketball have both. So I was partially right. About that. I think that's what the older like Rodgers and Ryan and Breeze and Brady, a lot of these guys don't want to keep, they want to, I don't know what their decision is as far as the CBA, but this is what they want. I think that's their main sticking point. And me and Mike, Mike, we talked about it. We talked about the whole percentage wise, like the 51-48, the 50-50, the 52-48. Honestly, I don't even think it's about that. I think the players are more. I think they're more concerned about what happens after football, because you see a lot of players retiring after football because they can't take the punishment. You got guys like I said, Patrick Willis, Andrew Luck, Megatron. Who else retired early? It was another person that retired early. Keith Lee, all these guys are retiring early because they got to look out for themselves. So I mean, and considering the fact that the NFL doesn't have a lifetime insurance plan, considering how much they make after the fact, you got to hold pause a little bit. So I think that's the sticking point right now with the CBA. I really think the players would agree to the owners having more of the lion's share of the profits because yes, they're responsible for their team. I think that's the sticking point as far as the players are like, okay, I played for you all these years. I put my life and my body on the line for all these years. Now it's time for you to take care of me after the game. Because a lot of players are not going to make $300-400 million. They're not going to make it. Especially if you're not. Especially if you're an average player. Especially if you're an average player, you're not a Tom Brady. You're not an Aaron Rodgers. You're not a Matt Ryan. You're not a Julio, who's going to have money to cover all your expenses once you get out. You're maybe like a above average mid-tier player who makes maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 million over the course of your career. That's something to think about. Like, you made $9-10 million over your career, but healthcare catches up after a while, especially the major injuries. So I mean,
yeah,
you gotta hold pause on that sometimes, because I know if I'm out there throwing myself on the line like that, you're gonna want to hold pause a little bit, kind of want to take care of yourself after the game. That's just my opinion. On those things.
It's true. NFL has to do better with that. You have MLB, you have the NBA that have both. At some point in time, they've got to come to a common ground and get both. So I do see the concerns with some of these players. We all know money's a key factor. No matter what, it's going to be the key factor. But I do agree with some of these players. Hey, this whole agreement is bullshit. And we need a little bit more on the table. We're putting our bodies out there on the line each and every day. We're taking these massive hits. Even if they don't seem like we're looking at TV and they don't even seem like a really, really big hit. I mean, we're not on the field taking that hit, so we don't know what they're feeling. We don't know how hard they actually are getting hit. So you got to take that into consideration. So if it comes down to a lockout, I mean,
they already said this might be the final year of the football, because the way that Maurice Smith said, which I don't believe anything he says. He said,
don't believe anything that he says at all.
Yeah, he said lockout could last 2 years. So if it lasts 2 years, the XFL is going to thrive, because that's the only football they'll watch besides college football. So I mean, something you got to think about here. Because I always say, as an NFL player, you're one play away from a career-ending injury, and you can't play where you can't earn income. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so I mean, it's something you gotta really think about. And I hope, and I told Mike this, I said, I hope they read the agreement this time and they don't just sign it and then they realize 3 weeks into the season they got screwed.
Well, my stance is always this. You got to understand that you're not the owner, one, and that doesn't mean that you have to take any deal that they give to you or negotiate. But at the same time, a lot of these players, they think that this money is going to last forever. Even when you get a $30 million contract, you seen Clinton Portis, you seen a lot of these guys. And,
hey, watch that. That if you watch 30 for 30, you watch that series broke, that show broke. It shows you a lot of those guys like went through that money because they thought they could keep making, and they just never recovered because they thought it was gonna keep coming.
Right. I mean, but if you think about it, why wouldn't you? You're playing in the National Football League. You would think you would be drowned in that type of money, and it would just always keep coming in. But the reality of it is anything can happen that can stop a paycheck. A major injury, you getting released,
one play away,
you getting cut, all of that. That can stop a lot of things. So I mean, realistically, they got to start thinking about the future. So I can see why a lot of players are up in arms about this, and some agree and some don't agree. Then you have people that agree, some don't agree. Then you just have people that just want to play football, and
the stability too, the stability of the fact in the check.
Right. I mean, in this, neither side is wrong, honestly. Like, this is the first time I can say neither side is wrong.
You're absolutely right. They both
neither side is wrong. Right. They just got to come to a common ground.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the sticking point right now is the healthcare, because it's like Brian said, the NBA and Major League Baseball both have lifetime healthcare for their players. I think that's the major sticking point right now, because I think if the owners would have put that on the table, I don't think the players would care how big the gap was as far as what the owners get and what the players get. I think it's just a lot of players are like, because I mean, think about it: Brady, Rodgers, Reed, Ryan, they're all in the twilight of their career, and they're basically looking out for themselves as far as what happens after football. A lot of these guys have families, a lot of these guys have children. They don't want to spend money out the ass for healthcare. They want to spend that on family stuff. So I mean, I understand the younger players want to get paid because it's all about stability, and I agree. If I'm playing and I'm in the league and I don't have any kind of responsibility as far as a family or a wife or kids and stuff like that, I want to get paid because I got bills to pay. But at the same time, you gotta let the older players kind of fight for you, because you're gonna eventually down the road you're gonna want the same thing. So, and like you said, Phil, you're absolutely right on both sides. They both have neither one is wrong. So, I mean, it's just something that if they come to, I think they're redoing the deal, and I think they got until Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever, to figure it out what they're going to do. So, and I know a lot of players say they're going to say no. So the only thing we do is say, all they can do is see. Honestly.
They're close. They're really close to getting it passed, but they have to do a better job of, like, for one, it's just trying to get those players who are on the edge to agree to the deal. But they are close. It's not as though, not as if it's just completely locked. There's no chance of it. They are close, and this comes down to, honestly, I think it has more to do with the off the field issues. I don't think they have a real. This is my personal opinion. I don't think they have an issue with the 18 game. I mean, 18 games, you're gonna always have something, but I think it's more have to do with, like, marijuana, how they because a lot of these guys get fined for like silly stuff like marijuana and
You know, they saw the rules with it.
Fines out of the fines for the guys lose 4 games. All right, 4 games just for 2 games. Your first suspension and then 4 games. The next is like,
well,
yeah,
I think
that's a lot of money. I think it really comes down to these. They don't want to be fined or suspended because of marijuana or PDs or whatever it may be, man. They don't want to be fined for those guys. They want their paychecks, man.
And I think the reason why. And I think the reason why the NFL started to become lax because they lifted the marijuana ban. They're not testing people. They're not testing players for that anymore, which should have been done a long time ago. But I think, like I said, I think the sticking point in this whole situation is the healthcare. It's the healthcare. Players want to be taken care of. They want to be taken care of after they finish playing. And if I'm in the NFL and I see, it's like me playing football. And if you're playing basketball. First of all, your contract's guaranteed in basketball. You don't, even if you get hurt or get cut, the NBA is still going to play. The team that drafted you or paid you the contract, they gave you the contract, still going. I mean, look at Gilbert Arenas. He has played for 6 or 7 years, and I think the Wizards are still paying him. You know, and he hasn't played the game yet, and we're still paying him. So I think
that man having fun with porn star thing. He living a life,
right? Like, I mean, it's that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's where
doing absolutely nothing and still getting paid.
Even out the league, what 7, 8, 9 years, and the Wizards
175 years, and he's still getting
paid. Like, I think that's where the NFL players are upset because think about it. If you ever go on Twitter when the NBA free agency is off and running, and you see these players getting these monumental deals. And the first thing, who's the first person to bitch? The NFL players. They are the first people to bitch. Like, I remember Mike Conley got $150 million guaranteed. And I remember Roddy White and Bruce Irvin and all those guys, they were like, damn, I wish I could get $153 million guaranteed. Like, it's always that rift between players. Like,
trade day and that cost communication, but when it all comes down to it, I think one of the biggest issues, like Dre was saying, it just comes down to a lot of these players want guaranteed contracts, and to be honest, the NFL made billions of dollars from these players. And if I were a player also, I would definitely feel the way that they feel, but I'm like, now that I'm doing things that, you know, I didn't see myself, and we've all worked hard for everything that we've gotten and we have in our life. So it's hard for me to say I'm going to give you more than 50% of my business, something that I built. So like Phil said, I think this is a common ground issue, because the owners have a great point and the players have a great point. And at this time, man, it really comes down to just, like, can you guys come to a common ground? Because there's so much money out here. Because football is not going anywhere anytime soon. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. Football is the sport in the States. And Dre up here with his little smirk on his face with a cheap ass cost communication internet, don't fuck them up, huh?
Right. But I pretty much said what I had to say, but
that ain't it.
Yeah, I was on the tangent, but I forgot. But it's pretty much like what I said before. That's the sticking point right now, as far as the NFL players just want to be equally on the same playing field as the NBA players and the MLB players. That's it. And it's like a lot of people say. I would say football and hockey are kind of neck and neck as far as a brutal sport. So they deserve what they need to get, because, like I said, what's the shelf life on an NFL player or any football player? What, 4 years, 5 years? So yeah, pretty much. So But I hope it works out because according to Sean, the XFL might only be around for 2 years. So if that's the case, if XFL leaves and the NFL's on strike, the only thing we will have is college football unless they bring back flag football or lingerie football, one of those. So I mean,
Arena league, what arena football?
no,
Arena football?
arena football. Arena football. I think they folded. I don't think
They
they're playing. Folded.
Wow,
Yeah,
dang.
folded.
We ain't got nothing left.
Anyway, the only thing we're gonna have is college football. That's the only thing we're gonna have is college football.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think I might be wrong. Somebody looked that up for me. I think arena football folded. I think they did. I think they really did. So, but with that being said, we're gonna move on to the next subject. My producer LD. NFL franchise tag extended till Monday. Okay, well, I don't really know nobody else that. I mean, you can't really franchise nobody, and a player can't really sign anything until the CBA is signed. I mean, we can go off speculation of who's going to be tagged, but I mean, the only person I know right now that might be tagged is AJ Green. AJ Green might get tagged. Ngakwe. I know if I'm spelling his name, if I'm pronouncing his name right, from Jacksonville. I know he's getting franchise tagged. I heard that Dak turned down a major deal, so he might get franchise tag because the Cowboys are trying to pay Amari Cooper. So, but nothing's really gonna happen until CBA is agreed upon. So this is all speculation to us, fellas. Right now, literally, it's all speculation.
I don't see anybody. I've seen the list of players, and outside of Yannick Ngakoue, I don't really see anybody that's worth. I'm not giving Austin Hooper the money that he think he's deserving of. I've said this over and over again, and I've just heard a lot of people say when I say that I'm not giving a third or fourth option $12 million. You got to be out your damn mind, okay? I have Julio, I have Calvin Ridley, and whoever that third receiver is, they better hope that they get 100 targets, like close to 200 targets every year. He's going to get that. He's going to get close to 200 targets a year, and Calvin Ridley's going to get that. I'm not giving Austin Hooper $12 million to be a third or fourth option, and it's just be honest. And like I said, outside of AJ Green,
with Hooper, he's gonna some desperate team is gonna pay him that $11 million a year. He won't get franchise tag.
They're gonna get production from him. They're gonna get production from him.
Oh yeah.
You're going to get production from him. I'm not saying that he is a terrible player, but it's like what the Patriots are dealing with right now. You know, Tom Brady wants more target. He wants more talent on the team, but the Patriots are they're not as bad as us as far as the salary cap's concerned, but they don't have the money to go out and just buy and bring in all this talent. Like, you got to pay for these. This shit ain't free, you know what I'm saying? It's not free. You're not going to get a guy to come in and play for a championship for $4 million and he's worth, $12 million. It's just not going to happen that way. So,
as I stated before, you can restructure a contract all you want. At the end of the day, if it's not enough money to go around, then there's not enough money to go around. And I don't expect anybody to come in with their God-given talent and perform like they perform and then get anything less than what they're expected. So at some point, like I said, with the agreement, they got to come to some type of agreement. Everybody got to come to a common ground. Maybe you will see things get a little bit better, but until then, like I said, you can restructure a contract all you want. No one is going to settle for anything less than what they feel that they're worth. And that's just that's the game today. One time before, you could get a superstar player to really, really cut down the cost of a contract and play for less than what they're worth. Play for a championship team, and ultimately either winning or coming close to winning a championship. You're not going to have that. That's not what it is anymore. You got to have the money if you want these players. And that's just the bottom line. If you don't have the money, no one's going to come to your area, even looking your way, if you don't have the cap space.
True. And the thing with franchise tags, you're going to pay top dollar. Like, it's the average of the five. It's the average of the top five the top five players at your position. It's the average.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the Cowboys kind of gave that to me personally. This is just my opinion. I think the Cowboys gave Dak that low ball offer so he could say no, and they're like, you know what, we'll just franchise tag you then, and then they'll just pay him that 1 year deal. Because I think to me personally, I think their priority to them, they want to get Cooper signed, and knowing Jerry's ass, Jerry's arrogant ass is gonna be like, you know what? We can always find another quarterback.
Hey man,
they will always find another quarterback. And yes, I know Dak put up some numbers last year. Even LaDonna said that he was gonna put up some numbers last year. But I'm just looking at it from like Mike. I'm just doing what you said. I'm looking at it from the periscope of an owner. I'm just looking at it from the side of the fence right here. Jerry's like, you know what? There's plenty of quarterbacks in the draft. I got Zeke. I can sign Amari. I can revamp this line. My defense is okay. We don't really need that. Yes, he put up some good numbers, but Jerry's at that point where, you know what? If he doesn't want this, he can only do two things. He can take the Le'Veon Bell approach and sit out the season. He can take out the Le'Veon Bell approach and sit out the season, or he'll sign the franchise tag. Because I think that's what the Cowboys want him to do. I think that's why Jerry gave him that low ball offer. That's just my opinion here. I may be wrong. I think that's the plan. I think that they're going to pay Cooper first because I think Cooper is going to get Julio and Michael Thomas type money. I really think he does. And I really think that they're either going to dangle out the franchise tag on that or they're just going to go another direction. Because the NFL draft is deep at the quarterback position. It's deep. It really is. And even though I don't think the Cowboys got the number one pick, I don't think they do got a first round pick. They can still find a decent quarterback. So I've seen stranger things. Maybe they'll at the 11th hour they'll give Dak what he wants. But right now, I think their priority right now is signing Cooper first.
I'll say this is that I know Dallas Cowboy fans, and we're gonna say this from both sides. I gotta say this from both sides of this subject. And right now, Jerry has all the power. He doesn't have to pay him. He don't have to pay him. Dak has proven
all I can say, hey, look, like I said, all they can do is give the tag. All they can do is say, you know what, we're going to tag you.
Right now,
need the tag.
Right now, Jerry has all. He does not have to pay him. He does not.
He doesn't have to.
But he is a god. He may be a god in Dallas. He very well. He's an average quarterback who hasn't proven me anything. Dak hasn't proven me anything. He hasn't proven us anything whatsoever. And I'm not saying that he's not a great talent. He's a very good talent. But talent doesn't win championships. Talent doesn't win championships. You got to come in the clutch. He hasn't come through in the clutch. And the last time Dak actually came through clutch and led this team, I'm talking about put that team on his back for more than half a season and say, guess what? We're going to the championship. Bro, you can barely beat Philadelphia when they're hurt. You can barely beat Washington. You can barely beat the worst team in the NFC. And you're trying to tell me that you won more than $35 million?
They lost to the Bears. They lost to the Bears.
And that
lost to the Bears.
Like this is what this guy that you're trying to give $35 million. Am I sure if I want to give him $35 million and you haven't more than 2 playoff games? This is the same shit we were talking about with Matt Ryan before. Remember when we scored 2 points in the playoffs? I was right along with everybody else. Matt Ryan got to do better, bro. He can't be scoring 2 points in the damn playoffs. You got to win the playoff game. I don't give a damn how many.
Let's see.
I don't care about yards and stats, all that. When it comes down to it in the playoffs, you have to show up. I say the same thing about LeBron all the time. LeBron is one of the greatest players of all time, but he has to show his ass in the fourth quarter. He has to show his ass in the finals. He has to show his ass in the playoffs. It's 3. That's what it matters. That's what it matters. I don't give a damn about his stats. And that's just for the Falcons. This not for the Falcons. This is a fan outside looking in. But looking in as a Dallas fan, why wouldn't you give that money? Because he's one of the best quarterbacks since Troy Aikman. That's just from a Dallas Cowboys standpoint. So what's the common ground? What's the common ground there?
Like
I said, Tony Romo did the damn thing. He couldn't win in the playoffs either. So right now, I say Troy Aikman. All right, let's just be real, man.
That's fair.
I will say this. Fair. I will say this, and I'm gonna let Phil kind of talk about it. 2 things are gonna happen. Number 1, he will get paid because of the market. But I think, like I said, I think Jerry Jones lowballed him on purpose because he knew he was going to say no to do the franchise tag. Number 2, he's going to be franchised. And either way it goes, if he gets franchised, he's going to make 35, 36 a year. But I think Jerry's looking at if Jerry franchises that lets me know that he doesn't trust him. That's just my opinion. He doesn't trust him. Because he's willing to pony up $36 million for 1 year, and then eventually just
you're willing to upset your star quarterback. Like Falcons didn't do that with Matt Ryan. We ain't fucking around with Matt Ryan. We didn't like Tom Brady right now doing that because Tom Brady's 42, 43. He's doing that now, but you didn't want to upset Tom Brady and Drew Brees. They asked us to go to another team. And that'd be good. Right now, that's why I say Jerry Jones has all the power right now.
I think so. You know how Jerry Jones is. Jerry Jones is very arrogant. He's very stubborn. He's very self-absorbed. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled the move like this. Say, you know what? We're just gonna pay him this 1 year, and then we're gonna give him the Le'Veon Bell treatment. Just either they're gonna franchise him again or send him packing. But like I said, I've seen strange things happen. So I might wake up in the morning and that got $150 million deal with $48 million guaranteed. Who knows? So, okay, I'm gonna let you go speak on this, and then we're gonna move on. You can say what you want to say.
I'm gonna say just one thing. I would not be surprised if I wake up Saturday, Sunday morning and see that Dak gets the money. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised waking up, watching ESPN, and at the bottom of that screen it says breaking news. I would not be surprised.
Right.
But we've seen stranger things happen.
Absolutely.
So, but I wouldn't be surprised. At this point, I think they are going to give him the money. It won't be what he wants, but I think it'll be close in figures to what he wants. And I think they're going to go from there. If they don't give him the money, which I would be shocked if they do not, then we got a whole different ball game. Because now you're talking about looking for another quarterback.
That's what I think. That's my take on it. I think they're going to franchise tag him they're going to give him the 1 year mega deal, and then there's going to be like, all right, we're going to start looking at the free agent wire or the draft next year, because everybody knows guys like Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, those guys are going to be draft eligible. So Maybe that's something that Jerry Jones is looking at. As matter as crazy as it seems, as crazy as it seems, y'all know how Jerry gets down.
Jerry Jones like quarterback with big arms, and I'm telling you, watch the Patriots with Jacob Eason and watch Dallas with Jacob Eason. Those guys, if they fall around them.
Yeah, I think they say he's a second round pick, so you may be right. I mean, Jake Fromm as well. So I mean, everybody, I hear I see LaDonna back there shaking her head, and she's talking about no. We know your owner. Your owner is crazy. We know your owner is crazy.
Your heart say one thing.
Here's what happened. Here's what really could happen, and I feel like this.
Jones is like Vince McMahon. They're very eccentric in their thinking. Like they're like, if I get this certain player, it's gonna make my player, it's gonna make my team great or my product great. They think the same way. They really do.
I'm glad you said that, Dre. And here's why. I anticipate two things. Either they give them the money or they're going to do something real stupid. They're going to give away a bunch of players for one of these older quarterbacks.
Right.
I'm telling you,
he's not going anywhere.
I don't think he should go anywhere.
I keep trying to.
But
what
we
y'all
know
fail
Jerry
to
Jones.
realize, it's not Jerry. It's the Steven show right now. The reason I'm saying this is because if this was still Jerry's show, we still would have Dez on the team. Dez was the last player. We talked about it. Dez might come back, but that's not because of that's because if Steven allows it. This is Steven's show. He has handed off majority of his power to Steven. I'm not saying he doesn't write the checks, but Steven writes up the contracts. Steven is the one that's mainly in the conferences right now with the press. It's Steven right now. It's not really Jerry so much. Jerry's just like he's just the face man, but he's not really got the power like he used to. Okay. So that's what I keep trying to tell y'all. He's not, unless he does something stupid or he does the Le'Veon Bell and doesn't sign, he's not going.
He handed off the power.
I'm with you. Like I said, I'm with you. And I hope that's not what happened. But like I said before, Jerry Jones is in the NFL. There's no in between with them. There's no in between. Either they're going to roll or they're not going to roll.
Right.
So we are. I mean, honestly, if it's the Steven show, cool. But like I said before, like Phil said, you're gonna wake up to either Dak Prescott getting his deal, Dak Prescott getting franchised, or they're like, you know what, we're gonna go into another direction.
Well, I don't think they're going into another direction. I think he gets the money. I think he gets somewhere near what he wants.
If he does, then cool. But like I said, it's just the fact, especially I just look at the fact of the matter is if they try to get Amari signed first, I hold pause on that.
I honestly, I think what he'll get a contract where it's 36 million, and the rest of the deal is like $31 million. I think they'll give him what he wants in 1 year, but after that 1 year, after he's gotten that big deal, after that 1 year, his salary dramatically decreases.
Like I said,
that's the best I would do with him. I think
that's why my gut feeling says that if they sign Amari Cooper first to a deal, they're going to franchise that. They're going to franchise him. It's like I said, he's going to get his money, but it might not be how he wants it. Now, if he gets a deal, what he wants, 35, 36 with X amount of dollars guaranteed, hey, I've been wrong before, but my sneaky suspicion is they're going to franchise tag him. And it's pretty much like, all right, I'm going to give you this 1 year shot to prove that you're going to be the quarterback that's going to be wearing the star for the foreseeable future. That's just my opinion. Now, like I said, if he gets a multi-million dollar...
Can I ask you guys this? Like, for me, this is just how I think. I think quarterbacks have to show me something. Like, if I'm going to invest $100 million, $150 million in a player, I think for me personally, this quarterback has to show me something that he's special. Like he has to show me in some aspect of his game that he is special.
Yeah.
Has Dak done that? Like that's what I say no.
Me personally, me personally, we all know what Matt Ryan did, even though our team kind of didn't make the playoffs. He still put up good numbers. Regardless of the Cowboys had a mediocre season, regardless if Dak Prescott had very questionable decisions, he still put up numbers. So you got to look at his stat line. Now, I'm not the guy.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about that wow moment. I'm talking about that wow moment. I'm giving down about stats. I'm talking about what the quarterback has. He showed me that, like, oh my God, that's a fucking MVP.
Yeah.
Like, has he had those?
Everybody can't beat Pat Mahomes. Everybody can have that wow factor.
Correct.
But I will say this about that, and I know I'm gonna get chastised for saying this, and I don't care. I think Dak is a very capable quarterback.
Very.
He did put up the numbers to be a starter in this league.
Absolutely.
So do I think he deserves the money? Absolutely. But I'm like you, Mike. I need to see more. I need to see more from him. I need to see him not make those mistakes that he makes. You know what I'm saying? Like, running into a sack or throwing a key interception. I would say, you know what? When anybody gets mad, I was the same way about Matt Ryan.
Easy.
Yeah, I criticized him
we
too.
Scored 2 points in a playoff game.
Everybody gets the donkey when they're not doing good. It's not just one quarter. I even chastise my quarterback. So to me personally, I think Dak is a very capable quarterback to elevate this Cowboys team to the playoffs and eventually a Super Bowl. My question is, it's not me they have to prove it to. They got to prove it to that front office in order to get the money that he deserves. Because I'm not signing the check. It's Jerry or Steven or whoever the hell is signing the check. It's not me. They got to prove it to them. Because right now, I'm tell you right now, like I said before, if they franchise him, that lets me know they're holding pause on him giving the big deal. Now, if they give him a big deal before the franchise, cool. I made mistakes before. But right now, I think he's just gonna get a franchise tag, especially if they sign Cooper first. He's definitely getting franchise. He's definitely getting franchise.
Oh shit!
Fucking boom! What up, boom?
What's up?
Oh shit!
Hey man, you tell me. You go ahead. I know you're. If you don't know what it is,
wow.
From the Boom and LD show.
See, I can't be my full self, but you see this? Yeah.
Go ahead,
I'm about to get hurt.
Go ahead. Say
But I will say, look, you put the game in Dak's hands, he's gonna lose the game. I'm saying, did we not see that against the Packers? Yes.
Yep. The Bears too.
And the Bears.
The Bears.
The only good game he had.
So it's all his fault.
Yeah, it's all his fault.
Okay, so the game plan wasn't there.
So the game plan is for him to throw 40 times a game.
Okay, but we had shitty OC. The shittiest OC.
And hey, we had a bad defense too, but defense lose all those games too? No.
I never said it was defense, but I'm also saying that our offensive coordinator was a bullshit.
Hey,
so you're going to have somebody.
There he is.
So you're going to have somebody run the ball when we're only down, and then continuously throw it. We're only down by like 4 points.
So you can't call audibles to a run play?
Obviously, he's not. That was all Jason Garrett. He wouldn't let him do what he needed to do.
So he was controlling him to calling audible? No. If he's smart enough to know that run game is working, why not go, hey, we're going to run the ball? Why is he sticking to the play calling that's been called?
Because that's what QBs usually do. Because isn't that what Atlanta Falcons did in the Super Bowl?
So that's what Russell Wilson does?
I'm just saying.
That's what he does.
But Russell Wilson is a vet.
He's
Russell
the best.
Wilson is a vet. We're talking about a 3-year QB at that time. 3 years. He's still learning the game, and Jason Garrett didn't give him that power.
So it takes him more than 3 years to learn to call audibles?
I'm not saying it doesn't take that long, but at the same time, Jason Garrett was on lock. They would not really let him change the plays under center.
But he wasn't calling the plays.
Jason Garrett was calling half them plays. Even Kellen Moore, even though they said Kellen Moore, that felt Jason Garrett on some of them plays. When they stopped running the ball, that was some Jason Garrett shit, not Kellen Moore.
Well,
keep going.
He still needs to prove that he can be the next level.
And I'm not saying he does it, but he does deserve his money.
He only deserves his money because of the contract reset that Jared Goff and
Carson Wentz
that fool up there did.
And blame them mediocre QBs. His stats are better than both of theirs.
Better on being forcefully.
It's not. I don't care if it's forcefully or not. It's better.
Nah.
Yeah. Look it up. Google.
I understand his stats are better, but in game when you watch him, he makes some bad plays.
Okay, but
bad calls.
But you go base it off the last QB that got paid, and I'm sorry that they overpaid 2 QBs that are mediocre as shit. But that's not Dak's fault.
I have been saying that. I've been saying it all season long. He's going to get his money because of the reset.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that, but you also have to think about the team.
This what I've been missing? Like
you can't pay him all the money and then him be out there throwing a Casper.
Okay, but Coop can't. But Coop is going to get his money too.
The what? A 2-year deal? Because of the contract they're going to offer Dak? They're going to probably give him a 2-year deal.
But did you all did here too? Coop is like, he's not all about the money. He wants to stay in Dallas, so you have to play that. You have to play that card.
But now you also have to pay him vet money too, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you have to think about that.
Okay.
He has to understand that.
But didn't you not look at Zeke's
contract? All this money talk.
Zeke's contract was
taken the team out of this sport. It's all about me. I want my money. Okay. And then when they get their money and not do shit, they be like, "Hey, I got my money. I don't give a fuck."
But Zeke,
I don't care about the ring. I don't care about this. I don't care about that.
Zeke got a team-friendly contract.
How long was this contract? 4 years? And they offered Dak how many years?
They didn't even say. It wasn't even listed.
I think it was a 3-year deal.
No, it wasn't.
I think it was.
It was not even listed. Patrick.
Okay, Patrick. I think it was a 3-year deal.
Patrick. We gotta move on. We gotta move on. Y'all was mad. Hey, that's my man. Boom.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Boom and LaDonna. This is what you will get if you subscribe to the SP Network. All right? Boom and LaDonna. This is what you get.
This is just a snippet.
Every day.
This is just a snippet. But all the time. Go ahead and say what you got to say before we move on, man.
Boom out.
Go ahead.
Oh, boy. Catch us. I guess we're doing a show Sunday. I guess I'm trying to ask my husband, are we doing a show Sunday?
That's before you
okay, but I didn't say no. No one said no. I said I'm busy. Yeah, tell him, Tariq.
Oh, really? I can't do it.
Oh, but we're doing a show Sunday. We're doing a show Sunday. I'm guessing 6 o'clock time. Just come, because I don't even know what we're going to talk about. I guess we're going to talk about all types of craziness.
Right there. Edit that part. Right. Make sure you edit that part so we can put it in the greatest moment real. That was golden.
Wow.
We try.
Hey, I see. They love the Cowboys, bro. I tell you, they love the Cowboys. But on to the next subject. Hopefully, they don't piss off Boom and LaDonna again.
Hey, this is what you get on Strictly Prohibited Network. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. Please do not miss this season because it's going to be exciting. Okay, if we have a damn season, it's going to be exciting.
We got Brian coming with me, so you know it's going to be fired in. So, but yeah, and I'm still waiting on old dude. TikTok. Shows almost over. He still won't respond to TikTok.
Oh, he don't want
this.
He don't want that smoke though. Problems.
So, but we did kind of touch on this a little bit, so we're not going to touch on it too much. They said they voted to extend the CBA voting until March 14th, which is about 4 days, at 11:59. But it's a foregone conclusion. I think it's going to be more no than yes, and then it's back to the drawing board. So Sean did kind of put up that the CBA is good for another year, so football will be on this year. But beyond that season, you don't know. We don't see. So
we don't know.
We don't know. So that's all I pretty much got to say on that. Like I said, I just hope the players this time read the contract, and so we'll see. That's all we can do. That's it. I don't really have enough to say about that.
You pretty much said it. You pretty much said it though.
Yeah, we pretty much said it. So, all right, LaDonna, what's the next one? Go on to the next subject. All right, Mike, it's your time, bro. It's on you, man. You got any Falcon news? Because I know your crew's out there. They're ready, listening, or able to listen. I don't really have anything to talk about on the Falcons.
I mean, other than if you guys have any questions out there, this is the time for you guys to speak up and let it be known, man. Any questions out there? Because I can go all day talking about the Atlanta Falcons, but I won't say that. I will say this. Just got your feelings, man. I told people this before. We're not going to spend money. We don't. A lot of teams are not going to spend money. Some of the best teams with the best talent, you can't keep everybody. Salary cap is going to become a major issue, not only for the Falcons. You got the Packers. They have to, rearrange some contracts to kind of get Aaron Rodgers some weapons. You got the Bears. The Bears, after they've given Khalil Mack, they don't have a ton of money. They can go out and spend money on players, so they have to deal with the players that they have on roster right now. You have the Patriots. Tom Brady. He wants his 38, 40 million that he deserves. Drew Brees. You see the Saints. These guys, the Saints. They just paid Mr. Tight End, aka Mr. Michael Thomas, $20 million. I don't know why, but they gave him $20 million. So money is an issue in just the NFL. You're not going to get these. You're not going to go out and pay Yannick Ngakoue $20 million because you don't have $20 million. You're not going to get Jadeveon Clowney. We're never going to get a lot of these players. And look, man, it's just the nature of the beast. You got to take care of your home first. And if you have some money left to go out and get a player, so be it. But a lot of times, like Phil said, like at some point in time, like you really expect Julio Jones, Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, these players to say, you know what? I love this team. I think I'll just take half of what I'm due. Like, you really think these players are going to say that shit? Like, come on, let's be real. They're not going to take a hometown discount. I'm not taking a hometown discount for y'all asses, all right? It's not happening. So when it comes down to it, man, Falcons are never going to sign a bunch of players. You have Austin Hooper. He's not coming back. Devondre Campbell is still up in the air what Devondre Campbell is going to do. He's on Twitter acting a damn fool, saying he may be back because the market isn't as strong as he thought it was. So he's apologizing to a lot of fans about the stuff that he tweeted this year. Falcons still trying to figure out what they're going to do with Takk McKinley. Takk McKinley had a shoulder injury, and you don't know what's going to happen to him. Is he going to be the player that we need him to be? is just let Vic Beasley walk because you can't pay him. You just gave Grady Jarrett what he deserves, $68 million 4 years. That's about $17 million a clip. Like, you got to pay these players, man, and just sometimes you got to make do with what you got, and that's just the nature of the beast. And like, this is not a game of Madden, bro. Like, you have to pay your players. You have to pay the players that you have, right before you. But at the same time, it's like you just have to deal with it, and pretty much do what the Patriots have done for years, and they had a tremendous the player development system, and even that's coming to a halt. Like, sometimes you miss on players. Like, sometimes the draft, the players that you pick in the draft, they don't turn out to be what you expect, and that's what the Patriots is dealing with now. Like, some of these picks, like, they've been lucky. The Patriots have been one of the luckiest teams as far as picking players in the draft, and these guys panning out to be what they expect. They're not getting that production out of those young players anymore. So that's the thing that we have to understand as far as fans. Money is not big. The NFL isn't designed to pay guys what they want and expect to win every year. It's not designed. It's designed for player development and coaching. Player development runs everything in this league. You got good player development, don't matter how much money you got. Got good players development, it really doesn't matter how much money you got. You can pay Tom Brady $40 million and everybody else chump change. You have great player development, but Falcons don't have with their the draft process. The Patriots haven't been, they haven't really been what they were in the last couple of years, and that's just the way, man. That's just the way of the NFL, man. Sometimes dynasties just come to an end. It may be the end for Matt Ryan. It may be the end for Tom Brady. It may be the end for Drew Brees. Shit happens, man. We just got to deal with it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have anything as far as I don't right now. Yep. I mean, I really don't. Like, I mean,
it really is like, it's like,
all I know is that Hooper's gone, Campbell gone. That's the only thing I don't really. I mean, I haven't heard anything. Oh, I do know the Falcons are going to London to play Broncos, so I'm definitely gonna try to hit that. So that's a good thing. So, but you know me, man. I'm all about. I just want my team to get better. That's it. So hopefully we can get through this draft or free agency or whatever. Well, I don't know because
it's gonna be my rant too. I got something to say about that too, man. I
think we all got a rant. I think we all got a rant. So.
Get to that topic. I want to hurry up and get to that. I really want to hurry up and get to that.
Well, I mean, we ain't got that much left. So if my producer can get on to the next one.
Man, a producer drunk back in the back. What y'all doing, man?
I think her and Boom are still arguing about the Cowboys news.
Oh my God, she done killed Boom. Oh my God.
Yeah, they got him on the. Next subject, please, LD.
Yeah, they drunk, man.
She said no. Well, that's another one. Can't really say nothing about that. It's like I said, it's all about precautions, man. So I don't really have nothing to say about that. It's just that everybody's trying to cover their ass, and
right.
But honestly, I think this will be but after everything dies down, I think this will be a nice program because a lot of players from Africa have come over to the NBA and did good, games. Manute Bol, Kembe Mutombo, Joe Embiid right now. I might be missing a couple folks, but when you got something as crippling as this, supposedly, then that's what happens. So like I said, it kind of falls in line with the other ones, the other sports entities that are deciding to not have media and play in front of empty stadiums. So I mean, this is something else. Like I said, I won't be surprised if we wake up and the Lakers or the Clippers, the Lakers playing the Clippers, and there's nobody in the arena.
Or they some playing in you remember Back to the Future when Michael J. Fox was dressed up in that
Right.
outfit. That's how they're gonna play basketball. That's
Right.
the only way. I'm just gonna be honest, man. And I probably sound like an ass for saying it, but I really don't care. Like, I really don't care about this coronavirus, man. It's just another thing. It's just another fad, the way I see it, man. As long as you take care of yourself, man, continue to pray, whatever you do, meditate, whatever you do, man. It's that simple. Like, I'm not going to let the coronavirus, dictate how I live my life, man. I'm a person that just believes in good energy. You put out good energy, you're going to get that in return. So coronavirus, whether motherfuckers in Africa, Zimbabwe, or damn UK or whatever the hell it is, that shit don't bother me.
You said the UK.
The UK or whatever. I don't get worried about it.
It don't even matter because
I don't fuck where am I with
it doesn't even matter. Like, it's like, consider the fact that, like I said, it's the mass hysteria of this whole thing. I mean, I see more people die more from the flu. I'm not really too concerned about it. All I know is that it better not ruin my birthday trip to St. Lucia. That's all. It better not ruin my trip. Because if it ruins my trip to St. Lucia, I'm gonna be highly upset. And I see Phil making that face over there. At least I'm not going to Walmart to get some great value stuff in my.
See, you could have just kept that. You just step yourself up. Damn well he gonna go to Walmart and get some great value.
If you look at
buy
Phil's
some
face
damn
right,
Dr. Thunder and shit, man.
Hey, dog. Hey, I'm gonna take some on the plane for real. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you drink some Dr. Thunder, you are immune to the coronavirus. If you drink some Dr. Thunder.
Hey, man, you're going to need some ginger ale after you drink that shit.
Well, they got ginger ale too. They got mountain. They got mountain light.
Whoa. Rewind. What did you just call it just now? Ginger what?
Mountain lightning. Not Mountain Dew. Mountain lightning.
Mickey, come get this dude. Somebody come get this. Kim, Mickey.
Oh, she already talked about no great value. Whatever. Bring it right on that blade too. 2-liter bottle in my lap. What's happening?
Wow.
With that being said, we're gonna move on to the next topic. Some NBA news. Well, we didn't want to get to this point because Mike is probably gonna have a semi rant on this one, but LeBron did his thing this weekend, huh?
Hip,
no?
Motherfucking rail. Hip, hooray. LeBron did a great damn job in the regular season yet again, but the motherfucker is still 3-6 in the finals. Congratulations, man. Now I got that hating part out. I'm gonna say this, man.
My question to you guys is this: Did he close the gap? Did he close the gap on overtaking Giannis for MVP?
Absolutely not.
I say no. I say he did.
No.
1,000%
no.
I don't think so.
No.
And he had a great season for the age that he is and how many seasons he's played, but absolutely not. Right. Giannis is the future. Giannis is going to be reigning MVP again. Anything short of that, then that's a little sketchy to me. No, I don't think he closed the gap at all.
Even with the injury, because Giannis is out with the injury, so it still don't matter.
I don't care if he is injured. No, absolutely not.
Okay,
you can't take that dude. That dude has been in free incredible. We've seen this from LeBron before. He hasn't done anything he hasn't done in the past. So at this point, man, like we're used to seeing this from LeBron. 10 assists, like I said,
he's leading the league in assists. Yeah, he's leading the league in assists.
I get that, and I'm not like honestly. This is me trying. I swear to you, I'm not trying to be a hater. But when you're playing with a big man, it's much easier to get assists. Just ask anyone who has played with a Shaq. It's easier to play with big man and get assists with big man than it is to play with jump shooters. So, am I impressed with what he's doing at his age? Absolutely. Am I impressed with his game? Absolutely not. He's seen this from LeBron before, and that's not anything negative on him. But he's not really doing anything that he's not showing me anything new.
You know what? That's what I told somebody in the group when they was talking about what he did at his age. I was like, well, I mean, Jordan was 35 when the Bulls won the championship and he dominated. So I mean, it's nothing new. While I think that what LeBron is doing is great, we've seen it before with Michael Jordan when he was that age and he led the Bulls to a championship.
No, we we've seen that. They don't mention Michael Jordan being 35. They don't remember that though, do they?
No, we've seen it before. But I've said time and time again, Giannis Antetokounmpo is one jump shot away of being virtually unstoppable.
Let him start hitting that 3-pointer consistently.
One jump shot away. And if he keeps working on it, which I've seen him try to improve, he's got a little bit better. It's nothing that'll blow your mind, but he's gotten a little better. If he can do this consistently, goodbye, Eastern Conference. Goodbye MVP award. It'll be the Giannis show day in and day out. The guy is a freak. And it's at first when they gave him the name, the Greek Freak, I was like, okay, why? And then the more and more I start watching the guy, I'm like, okay, this is why. You're virtually unstoppable. You're virtually unstoppable now. So if you do develop a jump shot, that's scary. That is very, very scary. A guy with athleticism, power, and a jump shot, that's something you can't stop all three. You can't teach being big and strong. You can't teach that.
Yeah.
You can't teach imposing your will on a game. You can't teach that. Right. The guy is something special. A jump shot consistently, and it is it. And we keep saying the same thing over and over. Even with Ben Simmons, I've said it. He's a jump shot away of being an all-around best player, like one of the best players in the league all around. If he can develop a jump shot and knock it down consistently. But Giannis just seems to just get better and better each year. I don't see anything other than him getting better next season. Hopefully that jump shot starts kicking consistently. And if it does, that is a wrap. That's it.
So my question to you guys is this. If we all talk about Giannis being the MVP, which I think he will, but do you think the Lakers are the team to beat for the championship?
Do I think the Lakers?
Say they beat the Clippers and the Bucks. Do you think they are the team to beat?
I wouldn't. I don't think so. I still think until someone show me that they can stop Kawhi in the playoffs. Like, Kawhi is a different animal in the playoffs, man. Until you show me. That's why I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that one coming. All right.
You're gonna talk about your brother, man. You're gonna talk about how great he is.
I wasn't prepared for that one. But until somebody showed me that they can stop Kawhi and Kawhi just has a bad playoff, I just can't.
We know how Kawhi is come playoff time. He turns it up. He turns it up in the playoffs, man. Like that's what I want to see out of players, man. I want to see guys turn it up in the playoffs, and until he shows me that, Paul, the Clippers have a
a very good team, good coaching, and have a very good team. And I think coaching in the playoffs is an underrated aspect that a lot of people are so focused on players, but coaching is extremely it's important in the NBA. Oh, we know because we got swept by LeBron 4 straight games. Our coach couldn't figure out how to win.
Figure it out.
Team. He didn't want to triple team LeBron. Like, just bad coaching, man. So coaching means everything in the playoffs. So,
but you know, honestly,
I'm not worried about the Rockets, but
the one person on the Clippers, in order for the Clippers to succeed, to get to over that hump, I think what's the name has to show me more consistency because the way he could play, like they was talking about it the other day, the skill set he had, Paul George, the skill set he had to being an elite player in the league, he needs to do more of that. Yes, he had the injuries on the shoulders and stuff, but I think if Paul George can become that top 10, top 15 player in the league, Clippers might be a hard out. Yes, I know the Lakers, they got AD and they got LeBron, but the X factor, if they was to meet in the Western, because I got them both meeting in the Western Conference Finals. If Paul George can become the player that I think he can be, there'll be a hard out. But I still got the Lakers winning in 7. That's just me. I really think they're going to win in 7. So, but we'll see. But yeah, they had a good weekend. I see them Laker fans. You know, they was talking about they ain't want LeBron on their team. Now all of a sudden they cheering for him now. So, you know, winning cures everything, right? Because they cheering for his ass now. So, this is another one I said. This is another one I saw. Yeah, the Raptors too. Siakam, man. Siakam has really blossomed into the player that nobody saw coming. So I think that him becoming the player that he is, and you got to give the good coaching too. You got to have good coaching, and also you got to have OKC too, because everybody thought they was going to tank after they sent Chris Paul there, and the way they're playing, I think they're the 5th seed right now. You got to give props to them too, because they were supposed to sink too. So I mean, it's going to be interesting, man. But right now, to me personally, right now, I got the Lakers winning it all. They're doing it. They're going to do it for Kobe, man.
I don't trust. I just don't trust LeBron James, man, in the playoffs, man. Like until he proves to me personally that he can take over the game like he's been doing as of late. Like I don't give a damn about it because it still stays 3-6.
Mm-hmm.
It still stays 3-6 to me until he showed me that he is capable. Not Anthony Davis, not Kuzma, not them. Dwayne Wade and everybody else taking over in the 4th quarter until he shows me that he can take over in the 4th quarter. Because and he's willing to guard guys like KD in the clutch in the 4th quarter, not let everyone else, not step to the side when everybody else is when you know a little small guy like Steph is sizing him up and he goes the opposite way of him. Like until he shows me that he's willing to show that quote unquote humble mentality, I'm always gonna look at LeBron as he just does not want it. It's just I'm necessary. I think that he wants it, but that heart, bro. It's like you got to show me you got that heart in that 4th quarter. And LeBron haven't shown me that. I don't get excited about regular season games. I don't get regular season. I don't get excited about that because everybody regular season warriors until that playoffs comes and you're on that free throw line. You got to hit those 2-3 free throws in a row. That's when champions. That's when legends are born. And LeBron runs from that every single time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
sorry,
yeah.
LeBron fans.
Ain't no sorry, man. I mean, I picked them to win, and The way that LeBron is playing right now, at
Very
his age,
well. Let me say they could very well win the championship. Not saying that, but I want to see, because you're going against the MVP and Giannis. This dude is playing. More than likely, you're going to face him. You're going to face him.
I got them in the finals. I got them in the finals. Lakers is up in the finals.
And you're going to have to face that dude. And like, LeBron is going to have to guard. Like, who's going to guard Giannis? It ain't AD. AD, he's going to get torched. He's going to get torched. So LeBron is going to have to play some defense against Giannis. So what you going to do? You going to put Kuzma on him? You put AD on him? Come on, bro. That's a problem for me. So,
You're right. You absolutely right. Well, that being said, we're going to move on to the next one. We're at the end right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we're at the end right now. This is our partner shot. Yeah, we did pretty good. We had that golden nugget from Boom and Ladonna. That was epic.
Boy.
That was some good.
FP Network. Hit that subscribe button. That's what you get here, baby.
I'm telling you, if y'all ain't hit that subscribe button yet, please hit that subscribe button. And we're also gonna put it in the archive for the
great moment.
Cup Rants Hall of Fame. Yeah, we're gonna put that in there as well. So with that being said, I'm gonna let my boy go, and then I see Phil's back on the stream, so when he's ready, I'm gonna let him go, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. So go ahead, Mike. I know you said you had a rant, so go ahead, man.
I'm gonna say this again, and I've stated this before, that we gotta stop with this draft crap. Gotta stop with this draft stuff. I'm so tired of these ridiculous scenarios. Everybody's drawing up. We're gonna trade up to get Chase Young. We're gonna trade down to get Caleb Chase son. Like, we're just gonna get everybody in the first round. Like it's possible that we're gonna just trade all our first round picks. We're gonna trade first pick for this year, the first pick for next year to get one player. Like, we got, and this is not just fans who's saying this. These are people who are quote unquote content creators, guys who work for NFL Network. These guys are drawing up these ridiculous trade and draft scenarios to guys that we know that is damn near impossible to get. And he's giving these guys false hope, thinking, and then when that don't happen, we're mad at the Falcons, we're mad at the Cowboys, we're mad at everybody else's team. Like, we're mad at the team because of these ridiculous trade proposals. And I'll say this again, and I hope that you guys understand what I'm saying. The draft is a crapshoot. This is not guaranteed these players are going to pan out. How many times have we seen players come into the game and we expect these guys to be the next, let's just say Tom Brady. We expect these guys to become the next Reggie White. And these guys sit up here and do absolutely nothing. These guys do nothing. They don't live up to the hype. The same thing with even Vic Beasley. We thought Vic Beasley was going to be that guy that's going to have 15, at least 10 sacks every single season. And guess what? He wasn't consistent. The draft is a crapshoot. Don't depend on the draft. When you depend on the draft, you've already lost. So when it all comes down to it, man, what a lot of teams and fans need to understand is that it's coaching, and it's Phil looking like the damn Undertaker with that purple light.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, but it's the fans. It comes down to it. It's not, the draft is not guaranteed. I'm tired of a lot of these damn, a lot of these guys like Mel Kiper and all these draft gurus giving up all this false hope, and they saying that Joe Burrow is gonna be the next Joe Montana and all this ridiculous crap. Like this man hasn't played one game yet, and y'all already label these guys like the greatest things ever. Like it drives me crazy. So I'm just gonna leave it like that, man. You guys go. You guys go. I'm just tired of the draft process, man. I'm really tired of the draft process.
Oh man.
Undertaker's on you, Undertaker. You go ahead.
Oh wow. I'm sorry that my phone does that when I have to slide down and do
All you gotta do is get the golf.
But I don't really have a rant. And that's something. Usually I come on here and I rant all the time. I really don't have a rant. I will say that I am thankful. I am back. I've been absent for so long. And this feels good to be back on the show, talking sports with you guys. And really doing what I love to do. So feels good to be back. Yeah, nothing has changed whatsoever. I can see that. I didn't expect it to change. But I look forward to moving forward and seeing how this goes with possibly 4 or 5 of us a week doing this. That'll be intriguing. But I'm more so thankful of being back and being able to come on and do this once again. Unfortunately, like I said, my job kind of prevents me from being here a lot. But today I was like, oh, you know what? I may be tired, I may be under weather, but I'm gonna give it my best shot and get on here today. So I was able to do that. Tuesday, I see nothing different other than coming home and jumping right back on and getting back into it like I used to do. Now that I have everything working properly, just know that I'll be back on the show more times than you would ever thought you would see me. I'm back. I'm not 100% back, but I'm at least back where you will see me a little bit more. And like I said, I was thankful to be back on the show and be able to do this again.
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Before we leave, I got to play some Phil real quick.
See, the names have all changed since I've been around.
You about to copyright. You about to be copyrighted. They're gonna keep the hell out of it.
Come on, dog. Everybody keep it. I had to say that one time.
Oh, man.
But
Nothing has changed.
I had to play that one time, because I'm petty like that. But I'm glad the brother Phil is back. People were asking about you and stuff, and I know you were kind of doing your thing with the job and personal stuff. So
you should have told him I had coronavirus.
Oh, as long as you had your keys. Hey, as long as you had your keys, you was good, right? As long as you had your keys, you was good, right?
Oh, here we go with the keys.
Hey, man, you gonna get on me about to go. You gonna get on me about to go.
I'll give you that. Well, technically, you started this key mess way before the goat crammed you. So technically,
I let it go after a while. You kept going with the crams.
I'd rather lose my keys than have a goat whoop my ass in the street. That's what I'd rather lose my keys than get beat up by a damn goat. I can tell you that.
Get beat up by a goat. I lost my shoe and I got away, but I lost my shoe. But anyway.
The only man that I know can get chased by a damn goat. Like, who the hell get chased by a goddamn goat? Only Dre.
Hey, man, it happens, man. It happens. But with that being said, I'm kind of disappointed tonight. I thought I was gonna have some smoke. I really thought I was gonna have some smoke tonight. I'm kind of feeling bad, man. I was prepared and ready. I was loose. I was like Mike Tyson. I was in the corner. I had my cut man and my trainer in there, and I was ready to go. And
tell me.
You show up.
People get tired of writing
Like
them wolf
Deontay
tickets
Wilder,
after
you
a
just
while.
wasn't ready. Huh?
He didn't accept my invite. He didn't hit me back. I gave him the number. I gave him the link to StreamYard. Even if he wanted to come on, show his face and nothing. Which leads me to my rant. If you're gonna talk about something that we're trying to build, all of us trying to build, you say it's sloppy and it's dead and nobody really interacts, then be prepared for the smoke. And you know, I let it go after a while. I let it go. I didn't say anything. But then when you inbox me saying that, you know, you started speaking down and talking about not only my group or my network, you started talking about me personally. That's when I have to take it in. And I gave him the number. I gave him the link to get on. And I told him, I said, I'll be here for 2 hours, so feel free to jump on. I'll give you your platform, but I'm not responsible for what happens after you talk because we are three very opinionated guys. Well, four if you count LaDonna. I'm pretty sure she probably would have jumped in as well. We all are very opinionated, and we would basically just gave you what you gave us, but to talk all that trash.
Nothing nice for you. It wouldn't have been nothing nice for you.
Right. But to talk all that trash and then you don't show up, I'm kind of disappointed. I'm disappointed. But then I'm not surprised because I was told by a lot of people this is what his MO is. I was told by a lot of people that he won't show up. But I gave him the benefit of the doubt because he was talking so hard in my inbox. So I'm gonna hit him up again. I'm
man, because he ain't got to knock nobody out. Dre want to knock somebody out. He can't knock nobody out because they ain't in the ring. Like that's Dre, man.
Well, I was gonna knock him out physically. I was gonna knock him out with the wordplay, it's gonna be like a battle rap. Like I was gonna get him on the show, and then he say his point, I say my point, and then we go back and forth, and then if Mike and Phil want to jump in, or if LaDonna want to jump in, or Dexter, Matt want to jump in, Brian, if he wanted to get the skibbity paps, then I was gonna give him the skibbity paps. So, I mean. It's just the fact that I didn't even care. Honestly, I didn't even care about the whole Draymond Charles comparison. I don't even care about that. It's just the fact that when he started disrespecting the group, that's when I took it personally. Because what you're not going to do is talk down on something that me and plenty others have tried to build to make this great. That's why I had the problem. So I'm hitting him up again tonight. Matter of fact, as soon as I get off the show, I'm hitting him up again tonight. I'm gonna say some not very nice things to him, and hopefully he comes out hiding.
Wow.
Dre ain't letting it go.
No. I'm gonna be like, how 50 and Ja Rule still beefed after all this time.
Man, I forgot they both were alive.
Yeah. Oh, they still go at it. But I take it really personally when you talk down on something that I'm trying to help build, and the fact that you call it sloppy and the admins are not capable of doing their jobs. You're taking a shot at me and my friends for doing it. So I'm gonna say some stuff to him tonight. He talked about inbox him again, but I see he been lurking because every time he read my message. So if anybody knows him within the earshot of my voice, tell him I peeped it a long time ago. I'm gonna sit here and watch this game. I'm gonna take a shower. I'm gonna eat some stew, and then I'm gonna get on my phone and I'm gonna tell him that he's a coward ass motherfucker.
Wow.
Dre, hey.
It's just that when you work so hard to do something that you love, like strictly prohibited network, and you call it sloppy, you're basically insulting everybody that put a work in this. Mike, Phil, Nikki, Kim, Dex, LaDonna, Matt, Patrick, Sean. You're basically insulting everybody, and then the fact of the matter is, you and Brian, even Brian. As a matter of fact, when you was getting your Abdullah Oblongata beat, you still was coming back, and it makes it so bad. Not only did you get kicked out of, not only did you leave our group, you left Hodgepodge's group because of the same shit. And then you gonna come back talking about I got kicked out. No, you didn't. You left. Because we were gonna keep you in there because LaDonna said you was comedy relief. So I was gonna kick you out.
I love torturing people. I love torturing bullies.
Hey, me personally, I wanted him gone, but I mean, hey, he said she wanted to stay, and so cool. But
I proudly take that. I bully bullies. I gladly bully bullies, and I'm just gonna be real about it. I was ready to.
What's that? What did Zach Randolph say to DeMarcus Cousins? In my hood, the bullies get bullied.
Bullies get bullied. You damn right.
So,
I mean that's sad. But at the end of the day, for him to make those, throw out those accusations, throw out all those comments, but you were still in the group. If it was such a bad group, I mean, I don't care what it stands for or what you talk about. If it's not something of quality and quantity, you won't catch me there. So obviously we were doing something right for him to still be in it. That's just somebody who was just looking for a soundbite, and you got the wrong soundbite. And you gave him a platform to come and just bring all the smoke. But I mean, like I said, the only smoke you're getting is what I'm blowing through this vape tonight.
Right.
I mean, that's how I feel. It's just that I didn't even care. You know what? Honestly, that's why I didn't comment on the Draymond Charles thing, because I was like, you know what? That's sports. But when you come in
arguing about no damn Draymond, man.
I didn't say anything. Mike, Brian and LaDonna was giving him skibbity pass the whole day. I was just watching them giving him skibbity pass the whole day.
I mean, I'm at work and I'm just hearing notification after notification. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
It's just the fact that the matter is he said that he felt that the group was dead. He felt that the group was dead and that he was the savior of our group. That's where I drew the line. That's where I drew the line.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
You're the savior of the group.
That sounds familiar to me. That sounds good. You know what? I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into that on this show, but that sounds very familiar. I've heard somebody say that before and got put in their place. And I'm not going to bring up no names. I'm not going to throw no names out there.
And you know, Brian was doing most of the work. I gave him a couple jabs in it, but you know, Mike was giving him the skippity paps. I was just throwing jabs in there. Then you know, LaDonna came in there and gave him the ether oil. So, and you know how Dex is. Dex coming there like a pit bull in the meat market. You can't tell him what to do. So even Kim jumped in. Kim and Matt jumped in. You know, I was like, you know what? See, you didn't want this smoke, bro.
There I say again. I will say it again. I'm the calm one in the group. I never thought I'd say that. I never thought I'd say that.
I tried. You know what? I tried to turn a new leaf, but when you talk on something that I hold near and dear, and all my friends built up, and we're trying to make this great, and for you to talk down on it, knowing that how hard we work, yeah, you're gonna get the smoke. So yeah, and I'm ready. As soon as I get off this live, I'm gonna go and send them a message saying
you got a great team.
You couldn't even get on. I gave you a platform to get on to talk to us, and you couldn't even do that. So whatever you got to say to me after I say whatever I got to say, whatever you got to say to me is fucking irrelevant.
You know what? I'm gonna say it right here now. Dre gave you the invitation. Now I'm gonna give you the invitation. Next week, if you really want to get whatever you want off your chest, I don't know you, don't care to know you, but if you want to get it off your chest, I am asking. I'm not gonna plead with you, but I'm asking. If you want the smoke, hop your ass in here by the time I get here from work.
I'm telling you,
I'm more than glad.
And Dex gonna be back next week. Dex gonna be back next week too. And man, Matt might possibly join us.
Come on, I'm ready. I'm always ready.
Just saying.
I'm always ready.
That's all I gotta say. I ain't got nothing to say after that. That's all I gotta say. I'm thoroughly disappointed because you know I wanted him to get on here and say what he had to say, but obviously he didn't. So we'll wait till next week. I'm gonna send him the invitation again. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be nice this time. I'm gonna be like, you know what? Maybe your mom called you out the basement for Easter dinner. You had to eat, so you couldn't get on. So maybe come on next week. Maybe you can maybe you can tell your mom to skip dinner and you can just jump on us and then you can go eat after that, you know. So, but that's all I gotta say about that. I appreciate everybody listening to us. Sorry we kind of ran over a little bit, but you know, when you have a show like Red Cup Rants and things start flowing a certain way, things happen. You know what I'm saying? So, but I appreciate everybody listening to us. I appreciate everybody listening to us. We're gonna make this big. I appreciate Phil. You know, Phil's back with us. Dex will be back with us next week. Matt might join us for a few minutes, and you know, meet Mike and Fish. I was on here at one time. Man, I don't know if they ready for all that. I don't know if they ready for all that. So, but they gonna find out though. But with that being said, I don't have nothing else to say, fellas. If you ain't got nothing to say, man, that's a wrap, man. We done for the night. See y'all
If you
next
want
week.
some, come get some. It's really that simple, man.
Matter of fact, that's why my nickname is not gonna be Dre. My nickname is gonna be ATS, all the smoke. That's gonna be my name. ATS, all the smoke. All the smoke. I want it all. Like Mac 10 said on his song, I want it all. All the smoke. With that being said, man, y'all have a good night. We'll talk to y'all later, man.